If you've ever felt like something's off, you're not imagining it. Welcome to PSYCORE. Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling like you agreed to something, but deep down, something didn't feel right? Not forced, not coerced, but guided, like someone quietly steered your choices. That's the hallmark of manipulation. It doesn't scream, it whispers. And the most dangerous thing about manipulation is that when it's done well, you won't even realize it's happening. In this video, we're going to look at 5 psychological signs that you're being manipulated, based not just on pop psychology, but on behavioral research and real-world patterns. Let's start with something easy to overlook: subtle pressure. Manipulators often don't demand, they nudge. You hear phrases like, "Well, it's your choice, of course," or "I'd never force you to do it, but..." Psychologists call this implied obligation. It activates our internal social contracts. Dr. Robert Cialdini shows how small cues invoke duty. Manipulators know people don't like to feel inconsistent. They rely on micro-promises, making you feel compelled, just to keep the peace. Here's a big red flag. You feel emotionally unbalanced after interacting with someone. Not upset, not angry, just unsure. You start questioning your own reactions. Was I overreacting? Maybe I'm too sensitive. This isn't random. It's a tactic rooted in gaslighting, where manipulators subtly alter your perception until you can't trust your own judgment. The interesting part is that gaslighting often doesn't start with lies. It starts with minimizing. You always get so emotional. I was just joking. You're imagining things. Over time, your confidence in your own emotional compass erodes, and that's when the manipulator can truly take control. Manipulation often works by controlling the narrative. In communication theory, this is called framing, presenting facts in a way that shapes interpretation. For example, instead of saying, "You made a mistake," a manipulator might say, "I tried to give you a chance, but I guess you weren't ready." See the shift? Same situation, but now you're the problem, and they're the benevolent one. Framing isn't inherently evil. We all do it in conversation. But manipulators use it strategically. They rewrite events, selectively recall facts, and construct versions of reality where they're always right, and you're always in doubt. Ever felt guilty after a conversation, but can't pinpoint why? It's subtle, yet powerful. Manipulators manufacture guilt, not directly, but through implication. "I guess I just expected more from you. I thought we had a different kind of trust." These statements twist your values against you. Behavioral psychology calls this value leverage. It's using your integrity to guide your actions, not by logic, but by shame. Recognize it, question it, and reclaim your power. Don't let guilt be your guide. Perhaps the biggest sign of manipulation: blurred boundaries. You start saying yes when you mean no. You let things slide. You tell yourself, "It's not a big deal." But little by little, your identity gets overwritten. Boundaries are psychological structures. When someone repeatedly overrides them, they don't just take advantage. They reshape who you think you are. Studies on emotional enmeshment show that people exposed to chronic manipulation often lose the ability to distinguish their needs from others. You stop asking, "What do I want?" Instead, you ask, "What do they want from me?" Here's the hard truth. Manipulation isn't always malicious. Sometimes it's instinctive, a learned way of getting needs met without open conflict. But whether intentional or not, manipulation erodes your autonomy. Recognizing the signs is the first step to reclaiming control. If any of these points felt uncomfortably familiar, that's a good sign. It means your inner warning system is active. Now the question is, what are you going to do with that awareness? Welcome to PSYCORE, where the mind is the battlefield, and awareness is your weapon. If this video made you think, or made you question something you've never noticed before, that's exactly the point. If you want more content like this, subscribe to PSYCORE and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive. Leave a comment if you've ever spotted these signs in real life, or if you think you might have missed them. And if this helped you, a like really helps us. Remember, awareness is the first step to freedom.